Dee, you look like the Snow Queen.
I am the Snow Queen.
And
who am I?
Well, you look like I don't know, the Black Fairy. Oh, yes, you've both.
We're the good cop, bad cop. Oh, no.
Hang on a minute.
Fairy, bad fairy.
What's that? Hang on. Where are you going now? She's going to be another fairy. Look, hold on. She's putting something.
Oh,
that's rather sexy, Natalie.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Very.
I don't have any furry thing to put on my head.
I like that with the red jacket.
Who have we got on today?
Oh, we have an exciting show, don't we, Dee?
We do. Very, very, very exciting. It is the legendary Mike Reed.
Woo! Hi, Mike. Are you comfortable?
Moderately comfortable, yes. Moderately comfortable, yes. I've been up since 5, did 5 TV shows yesterday, and
what were you filming, Mike?
We were doing 5 one-hour shows for Talking Pictures for the Footage Detectives. So we're doing the Christmas specials, the New Year specials. We've been doing it for 3 years, and we're up for the TV show of the year award. We're in the final 4 this year, so that's good.
So what? Tell us about the show, how it works, what it is.
Well, it's on Talking Pictures TV, which is the most successful independent channel. I do quite a bit for them. I've just done a series of Writing on the Wall, which is on Blue Plaques, because I'm chairman of the British Plaque Trust. We did a 6-part series on Blue Plaque, 7-part series, starting a new series, which I'm writing now in February, and then doing a sort of audiobook thing. I did Raffles a while ago and doing Sherlock Holmes starting in January. But the one we do every week is the Footage Detectives. Noel Cronin, who founded Talking Pictures TV, and myself do that every week. It's become their most popular show. And out of hundreds of shows, it's down to the final 4 for the TV awards this year. And
the Bullish Detectives, what's it called?
Footage Detectives.
Yeah, we've been going for 3 years. It's their most popular show now. It's really a Sunday afternoons at 5 o'clock and repeated on a Monday. It's been really, really successful.
So what do you look for, Mike, as you're a footage detective?
Oh, it's also it's a bit of a nostalgia thing, really. I think the key factor to it is that there's somebody at home. You've got all these channels on TV. You get a show, you get ads, you get a show, you get ads. But there's nobody at home. There's nobody you can talk to. There's nobody you can engage with. We all know what it's like trying to talk to big corporates, whether it's TV or whether it's, YouTube. Well, you can't get hold of anybody. But with this, Noel, who's the founder, and myself are there every Sunday chatting to people. We get tens of thousands of letters in. When it started, I thought, I'm not sure what this is about. But it's become phenomenally successful, which is great. It's great fun to do. So we did 5 one-hour shows yesterday.
Wow.
And for the New Year one.
It's just you and him, is it?
It's just me and Noel, yeah, and loads of clips. And yesterday we were, for the New Year's one, we were in our tuxedos, looking smart. And then someone put up a picture of me and Roger Moore together this morning, because I joke, one of the ongoing jokes on the radio I have is we did a Buckingham Palace garden party, and Roger came up and he said, Michael, he said, you look so dapper. And I've used it as a running joke now when people say, oh, you look dapper. I said, now someone said that to me once. He was an actor. I can't remember who it was. It's Roger Moore. Oh, yes, of course it was. So I sort of feigned this sort of shy embarrassment that Roger said I looked dapper. So it's an ongoing joke, really. But yeah, it was, we did 5 shows yesterday. And then I do the Heritage Chart show every week. So some weeks I have 3 or 4 TV shows. So it's a bit chaotic, but great fun. Hey.
Oh, talk to us about the Heritage Chart show, because I I do miss the old Top of the Pops and all of that. I mean, it was so brilliant. Yeah. And I think now, nostalgia-wise, there used to be so much stuff on the, on the pop scene and of our generation. And I would just love all of it, the 60s, 70s, 80s. I just would love to know more, see more stuff about it.
Well, what happened back in the spring of 2020, talking with people like Limahl and Kim Wilde and Paul Young, Howard Jones, Nick Kershaw, they said, you're playing our new material, but Radio 2 and the others aren't. And I said, but you're writing and making as good a music as you were in the 80s. They said, we know. I said, it's of a similar class. And they said, yes, but you're the only one playing it. So I started the Heritage Chart in July 2020. It's gone from strength to strength. It's been going for 4.5 years, or coming up for 5 years. 2.5, nearly 3 years ago, I started it as a weekly TV show as well, like a Top of the Pops. That goes out every week. We get between 1 and 2 million viewers every week around the world. The chart is done on a voting basis rather than a sales basis. And I was chatting at a dinner party with one of the two sons of Percy Dickens, who started the very first chart back in 1952. And he said, it's great because my dad started that very first sales chart that they operate from, and Top of the Pops ongoing. And you've done something really great and different, i.e. people vote on it. Because now if people stream stuff, you can suddenly get 5 songs from the same artist in the chart. It doesn't have the same feel anymore. You don't have that same feel, that excitement we had about a song climbing the chart. Oh, look, it's at 37. Yeah. It's at 23. It's at 19. Is it going to be top 10? Oh. What we do with the Heritage Chart is exactly like that. So, I mean, at the moment, there are, and every week I say, there are so many good songs. When people say to me, oh, I don't like the music around at the moment, I said, tune in. And the following week they go, oh my God, I had no idea all this music was around. So we've got a parallel universe, really. About 60 radio stations take the chart every week, and something like 6 or 7 TV stations take it around the world. And we get voting every week from between 80 and 90 countries. Okay, the biggest voting is UK, US, Germany, the Netherlands, Belgium, France, Spain, Italy, things like that. But, you know, down at the bottom, I think, who got up this morning in Belize or the Seychelles and decided to vote on the Heritage Chart? Because somebody did. In Vietnam, in Russia, we get a lot of voting in Russia, a lot in Ukraine. It's been a phenomenal success. It'd be great to monetize it properly, that's for sure. But the artists love it. I mean, I had a call last week from Andy from Sweet, who he said, I haven't been too good recently, but I'm thrilled that we got to #1 again. He said, absolutely thrilled. It's been the best medicine for me. Oh. And he said a few weeks ago, we were at an airport, we bumped into Tony Hadley. He said the first thing we talked about was the Heritage Chart. A lot of the artists see it as a great platform for them. They say, well, it's a reason to write songs. It's a reason to go in the studio. It's a reason to make videos. And it helps us, and we're out back on the road again.
But I wonder, Mike, you know, when you go back to the artists of the 60s and 70s and 80s, even 90s, I suppose, I mean, now if they came to fruition now, like someone like David Bowie or someone like that, I mean, he probably couldn't even get out there because there's so much stuff, isn't there, to stream? How do people make themselves visible?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I mean, Bowie, Elton John, people like that probably wouldn't make it now because I don't know. I mean, I think people are pretty lazy. Somebody, a major player in the industry said to me recently, you're the only real A&R man now. All the people in record companies are just looking at data. They sign somebody, they'll say, how many people do you have on TikTok? How many on Twitter? Yeah. Do you want to hear the songs? Not necessarily. If we got a big following, we know we can get some sales. So, but I'm quite passionate about it. I mean, I still get excited about new songs. I think, oh, can't wait to play that next week. Can't wait to play that tomorrow. And there are so many good songs. I mean, we got 2 members of Slade in the 40 at the moment. Don Powell and Jim Lee are both in the 40 with their new songs. Sweet are just dropping out with theirs. Leo Sayers just had a big hit. Tony Hadley's just had a #1. Peter Cox from Go West. Marty Pello is currently #1. So all these people are playing great music. And, you know, there are other not so well-known people as well that have been around for a long time that think, thank goodness we've got a platform. Somebody's listening and now somebody's buying our music. This is great. So it's good. I mean,
as a generation, we've been kind of, you know, as punters, that's who we are. We've been forgotten in this sort of mad streaming world, haven't we? It's you know, and we were such a big part. I mean, the 60s and 70s was such an enormous part of, you know, pop history. You know, everything changed so well, the 50s, 60s and 70s, everything changed so much. So it seems such a shame now that we, you know, that's really not accessible. I mean, it is accessible, but it isn't. You know what I mean? The excitement.
Because I remember you, Mike, on Top of the Pops. And when I met you in Frinton, when I had that Steve Harley track, you very kindly put in your chart, and we had that interview. I was pinching myself, thinking, this is the legend who is Mike Reed that I've been watching all these years on Top of the Pop. I mean, you know, people forget, but we all remember you so vividly. And you look exactly the same, by the way. I'm not.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I think, in a way, I think everyone looks at people they've looked at. I mean, I did an 8-part series with McCartney for the Beeb, and he said, when we bumped into Gene Vincent, Little Richard, he was like, wow, we're not Beatles anymore, we're fans, so wow, look at Little Richard. Suddenly you're not Paul McCartney, you're a Little Richard fan. So it's true. I think it's passing the baton on, flinging to the host behind, as in the poem Vitae Labida. I mean, yeah, you're passing the baton on to other people who are inspired to go, yeah, I want to do that. That's great. So, yeah, I think so. And I think this, the Heritage Chart has given a massive platform to people, which has been really good. I mean, I've worked very, very hard on it. As I say, we wish we could monetize it better, but it's been very, very successful in terms of a creative process.
Yeah. What about Top of the Pops? Could you redo that, reshoot it and everything, do you think?
Well, this is. I mean, the great thing about this, as opposed to these stations that just play, great hits from yesteryear, that's fine. We play those as well. They are great hits. But when you've heard them so many times, you think, yeah, okay, I've heard that quite a bit now. That comes around on rotation. With this, like Radio 1, you're refreshing every week. Oh, there's a new single from, like this, there's a new single from Deacon Blue. There's a new single from Leo Sayer. They're all heritage, but they're great new singles, and you play it, and people go, oh, I love that new Leo Sayer one. So, and I do a Top of the Pops program every week on TV. I mean, I present it. We do some people live, some video. So every week we have a Top of the Pops type show without the audience going out. But for Christmas, I said, let's do a spectacular. So I got Butlins involved. We filmed it at Butlins, high tech, big screens, big crowds. And I got 17 artists on there.
Wow.
And it's been going out. It goes out on various channels. It's already been out twice. And several people have come to me and go, oh, my God, how did you manage that? And people said, that must have cost a fortune. Well, I'll tell you what, we did it on an absolute shoestring through a lot of hard work and creativity. We got 17 artists on there. Cliff's on there. Leo Sayer's on there. The Fizz are on there. Limal's on there. I mean, Sir P.P. Arnold. So many people. 17 artists. It's an hour and a quarter long, but it is fantastic. I mean, I'm really pleased with it. A great team working on
it. Where?
It's the Universal Channel Now 80s has been showing it, and they've turned one into Now Christmas. They've already showed it twice. And showing it again 1 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday. Talking Pictures are showing it on Christmas Eve afternoon at 2:30.
Wow.
XPTV showing it across Europe and America and the States on Boxing Day at 7. So quite a few of the channels showing it at different times. Or indeed from, I think, today or tomorrow, it'll be on our website on heritagechart.co.uk.
Oh, what were you going to say?
No, I was going to ask the same thing. Where can we see it? How can we see it? So I was going to. So thank you for
Yeah, and all the TV shows are on there. Every single TV show we've done since the inception is on the website, so you can go back and watch any of them. And all the archive is on there back to July 2020.
But Mike, you're saying that you need to monetize it more. I mean, I understand doing things with shoestring because we've been doing this show for 4 years, and we have another show as well, which is about to go on to Amazon Prime. But monetizing these shows is very hard. But you've sold it to so many places, or do they just show it and you don't get a fee for it?
Well, they give you something towards it, but it's not. I mean, nothing these days. There are so many channels. There are so many radio stations, so many TV stations not making any money. But I mean, that's another story. That's getting into the business side of it, which we are working on. So hopefully that will be good. But we say anyone that's interested, I say go and have a look at the website. That's where you can vote. That's where you can shop for merchandise. That's when you can look at any of the archive back to July 2020. You can look at any of the TV shows. You'll be able to look at the Christmas show as well. So everything is on there. So it's a good place to send people, for them to go, yeah, you know, we want to get involved in this. So yeah.
Yeah. How amazing is that? I'm really excited about this. Really excited.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's a lot of work. You know, I get every day. I get artists coming on, record companies coming on, PR people coming on. Would you consider this for the chart? So I put it in the breakers, and I said, if it gets any traction, good. It might not. You can generally tell because you've got ears what might work and what might not work, what people are going to go for. So yeah, but it's great. We kind of become a go-to place because they think, well, there's no point going to Radio 2 anymore or Radio 1. They don't bother. So they come to us, which is great. It puts the onus on you and a lot of pressure, but it's good that they do. I think that's great.
God, that is fantastic.
The irony is that my grandson, who's 10, we're sitting in the car the other day, and I said, what do you want to listen to? He said, Radio 2. And it was really quite a shock. I said, Radio 2? He went, I said, not Radio 1. He said, no, I love Radio 2. And I thought, that's interesting, isn't it? Because when I was his age, or, you know, even, you know, Radio 2 was for old people, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, people listen to Radio 2. I mean, I only started listening to Radio 2 probably about 10 years ago. So I was quite surprised. He said, oh, I love it. And I love this one. You know, it knows all the people involved. Vernon Kay, and I thought, wow, that's quite an interesting thing, isn't it?
Well, we grew up in the definitely watching Top of the Pops, buying the songs and all the rest of it. I mean, my two godsons who are 18 and 16 know very little about pop music. They're two teenagers that love music. They both play 3 instruments each. They're very talented musicians. They know very little about pop music. They like classical music and other songs. If they like a song, they like a song. But for us, it was, you know, we had to go down to the record shop and buy the record. We had to watch Top of the Pops. You know, they don't anymore.
Do you remember those booths that you used to stand in?
Oh, I love
record shop.
Yeah.
Did you love those? What now? What were you saying?
I loved those booths, and you'd ask to listen to it about 3 times, and then you'd go okay, and you'd give them money. It was the most. But it was only about 25 years ago. They were still in HMV, which is they're all gone now. You used to be able to put headphones on and still listen to something before buying it.
Yeah.
And it's such a shame that all that's gone.
Well, it's come back. I mean, I'm talking with WH Smith at the moment. They brought their record department back in 80 of their stores.
Oh, really?
Or they're about to. They're doing it at the moment. So I've hooked up with them and said, look, there must be some synergy here between the Heritage Chart, because all our artists have vinyl out and stuff like that, and WH Smith. So we are talking.
Good. Oh, that's fantastic. That is fantastic. Because that was great on Saturday, going into a record store and buying the latest hit. Amazing. Amazing. Oh, Mike, it's been so wonderful having you on this show. And we are going to be now listening to Heritage, the chart Heritage.
Excellent.
Chart. And
I'm going to be watching Talking Pictures.
Definitely.
That's good. Well, you can engage with both. The great thing is you can engage with both. I mean, in the mornings on the radio, I mean, I know stations that they record the links and send them in, so you can't engage directly. And it's often about engaging with people.
Yes.
And in the morning, a lot of people come onto Twitter and Facebook, and they feel it's good because, like Talking Pictures, there's somebody at home. You know, they feel they're part of it. They're being talked to rather than talked at. You know, it's just good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Amazing. So what next? I mean, you're doing so many things. Do you have any sort of, I know that you're very good at tennis, aren't you?
Yeah, I play a lot of tennis. Tennis books. I've been doing a series of books on 1,000 Years of a London Street. I've had Denmark Street out, which did well. Cheapside, which did well. I've just nearly finished writing 1,000 Years of Piccadilly. And
do you ever sleep, Mike?
Yeah. Oh, I sleep like a log. Put my head in the pillow and I'm gone. I am gone.
I'm
and a new book on blue plaques as well, which is out and doing well at the moment. And a new audio book, a couple of audio books. So, in fact, it was the night before Christmas. Has been number one. It hit number one the last 3 Christmases, and this week it's number 4. I thought, if we could make number 1 4 Christmases in a row, it'd be fantastic. We're just back from. I'm wearing my Bratislava University shirt. We're just back. We did a Talking Pictures tour. I just come back from Munich and Vienna, Bratislava, Linz, and Munich.
Wow.
So
Wow.
we experimented with talking pictures on taking people on a trip. So we thought we'll try. So we've been on a cruise on the Danube. So going to be doing talks, and then one night I did an hour and a half with the guitar. They couldn't get off. So yeah, it was great fun. It was a really good fun. So I think with talking pictures, we'll do more of that. But it's engaging with the audience, which I think they like, which other channels don't do. And I think that's probably one of the keys to it in this sort of modern tech age, is actually being a person rather than being a computer.
Exactly. And I think that's why
So
cruises.
much energy. Wow. So much energy.
You've got so much. That's the other thing. Yeah, people think you get to a certain age and you go, "Oh, I've got to retire." I'm so glad you don't play golf. Please tell me you don't play golf.
No, I don't. I still have my father's golf clubs, but I never got the bug. I couldn't throw them away because he was such a great golfer, my father, and they're sitting there. And I thought I had them cleaned up, but I thought I never got the bug, really.
No, it's when men get to the age where they just say, "I'm going to go and play golf," and I think that's it. It's all over. It's all over.
Well, music drug.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Exactly. Have you seen Wicked, by the way, Mike? Yet?
The new film, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, a friend of mine went to see it the other night and said it was good, but agreed with me that I have never been. I love musicals. I write musicals. And I love them. The music in it has never really touched me. Apparently, the film was great and really, really well done and quite expensive. But the music in Wicked, I went to see it. I think I went to the opening night. I've never really found the songs that brilliant. That's just me.
I think you might do when you see the film. I agree with you entirely. I've never really noticed the music before. I mean, like the spectacle.
If you listen to it a few times, it suddenly, bam, you get it.
You suddenly get it. And in the film, I mean, that woman, Cynthia, what's her name? Cynthia
Erivo, she's brilliant.
I've never ever seen a screen performance like it.
The music, it takes 2 or 3 listens, and then it just is in you. I think it's a brilliant musical.
It is, and they're brilliant. And to see, they sang everything live because they wanted it to be alive,
Authentic.
Yeah.
authentic. But they made a pact with each other, the 2 girls, that they would get on. That they wouldn't have any histrionics, that there would be nothing, that they would just be friends. That's what they had to be, and they're still great friends. But I thought that was such a lovely thing to do. They didn't want any trouble in the film. Didn't want anybody doing this. That they said, no, we've just got to make it a lovely place to work and to be.
Oh, it's a fabulous.
Oh, that's great. I will go and see it. I mean, I'll definitely see it. But I know one thing I will watch this Christmas will be the Polar Express. It's my favorite. I love it.
You are only 7, aren't you, Mike?
Yes. And but when I was 7. I was much older. I used to go out shopping with my mother, and I said, "Can we go for morning tea?" She said, "How old are you?" And then in the afternoon, I said, "Can we go for afternoon tea somewhere now?" She said, "You're like somebody's great aunt. You're only 7 years old."
See you soon, Mike.
Okay, thank you very much, ladies. Bless you. Thank you.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Lots of love.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Again, you. Bye-bye.
Bye. That was fun.
Amazing.
Energy, girls.
I love him, don't you?
Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely. I'm going to watch Talking Pictures now. Goodbye.
Me too. Me too. See you soon, girls.
See you soon. Bye. Bye.